Okay, so we'll proceed on with the agenda as follows, with the eye of the storm.
Today we have, as I told you last month, that we would have Ms. Cowan come and speak on some of the wonderful things that's been going on in FFA, so we're happy to have her and two members.
All right, I haven't had a chance to meet a lot of you, but I'm Brittany Cowan, and this is my 5th year teaching, my first year at Sangamon Valley, and then I brought 2 of my officers with me. But while they are introducing themselves in their office positions, I'm just going to pass out their FFA report for the year. You're very welcome. Okay, so first thing, total membership, we have about 32 members, and then my officers are President Brendan, who is not able to be here tonight, but I have the next top 2 here. So I have Jenna Leeper, who's our Vice President, and Brooke Allen, who's our Secretary. I'm going to talk to you guys first about the leadership things that we've attended this year. First thing was Section Leadership Training School. That was hosted in Maroa, and we took, I would say about, probably close to 10 students over, and basically they got introduced to the state officers, the section officers, and went through some just leadership training there. Same thing with our Green Hand Conference. Green Hand members are first-year members, and so we took our freshmen over to U of I, and they got special leadership training over there as well. We attended National Convention and Elite Conference and 212 Conference. So all these different things, we took different members throughout the course of the year. They all did different leadership activities, learned personal skills, professional skills, how to get in public speaking type situations, and went from there. You guys, I'm not going to go through all the contests we attended. They're all listed there, but our results are down at the bottom as well. And we actually did really well this year. When I came in, one of the goals of the chapter was to start attending more of the contests and to get kids more involved in their record books. And so that's what we really focused on this year, was just seeing what all was out there. Go ahead if you want to talk about community stuff that you guys had.
I'll go ahead. I was able to attend Ag in the classroom. I'm in a lot of sports, so I'm not always able to go to like the after-school activities and that sort of thing. So it was nice to be able to take a little bit of time out of my day here at school and go over with some of the elementary kids and really get them involved and interested in FFA and agriculture. And our younger class, we read a book about tops and bottoms, and we just kind of explained some of like root-type plants and plants that grow above ground, and the kids were really interested, and we were there for a lot longer than we were planning on being because we were so interested and had so many questions. So it was really nice to be able to go over there for our first year doing that. I hope it's something we'll be able to continue. I was going to talk about the biscuits and gravy breakfast. We just had it a couple weeks ago here in the shop. And that's just a really good opportunity. The whole school gets involved with FFA week. We have dress up days, and there's FFA trivia each day. There's different things. Everybody gets involved. The whole school gets to come down to eat, and plus people from the community. And we also did Feed the Farmers. We did 2 separate ones at the elevator, and not only farmers came and ate, but some kids from the school with FFA came. And so it's just a good opportunity because I'm in volleyball too, so I don't get to go to all the practices and after school things, but being able to go to the school day or all the practices before school helps give me an opportunity to be involved and do my part as an FFA officer without having to give up sports after school.
Another one of our big projects that we did this year was helping out Deputy Hawthorne with his Flint, Michigan water drive. And actually, we have a sophomore, Ashley Ingersoll, who spearheaded that entire thing. She put it together in 2 days. And then turned around and created a community service record book on it, and she will actually use that record book to compete in the Proficiency Awards, which is basic interview skills and talking to a panel of judges about her records, how accurate she was, and then her community service activity, and she will compete against all the other schools who have students in that area from our section. So there's 13 different schools in our section, so they do have quite a bit of competition. And so it's kind of a very cool thing, and we would like to also thank the community members for donating all the water. We had over 500 cases of water, so it was a really huge success, and it was all put together by one of our students. So it was a really cool thing to see all come together and the community pull with that as well. So with that, the final thing that I had, and I know it's later on in the agenda, is I just wanted to ask the board for permission to take students again to National FFA Convention. That is October 19th through the 21st. And it's in Indianapolis this year. And again, the FFA would foot the bill for all of that. I just am asking for permission to take some students across state lines. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to the new visitors, recognizing what visitors are left, and anyone that needs to speak this evening. No? All right, so on to consent agenda.
We approve the consent agenda.
Okay, motion to approve consent agenda as presented, motion made by Leonard Williams, seconded by Mike Stahl. Roll please. Stahl?
Yes.
Stahl?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Mottola?
Yes.
Guerrero? Yes. Leeper? Yes. Oakley?
Yes.
And superintendent's report.
Just a couple things to move the evening along. I talked to you last month about the possibility of a golf co-op with Mount Pulaski. They currently did not have a coach. Only had a few people interested. We put a sign-up sheet, ran the announcements here at the high school. Last I checked, we had no one sign up. 2 sign up now. And then over at the middle school, we had 2 as well.
And then they found out it's during football and they changed their mind. So
So we're down to
0 there now, yeah.
Okay, so 2 people interested maybe here at the high school. Again, they do not have a coach. I don't know what to me, I don't think it's
that
worth
makes-
That's my deal. Because that's pursuing.
we're running a bus over there for 2 people. And the fact that they do not have a coach, so they'd be looking for us maybe to have a coach and maybe go over with that, so
Okay,
I don't think that's feasible right now.
enough interest at this time.
And then Stephanie and I went over and met with Tri-Cities Administration and a couple of their board members to talk about their winter sports programs. One of the things that we talked about with the board is that at the end of each sports season, fall, winter, and spring, that we would get together with their board and their administration, talk about things that are going very well, maybe things that aren't going so well. I think with the winter sport, girls basketball, there weren't any issues. They had a successful season. The transportation was fine, and we really didn't have any concerns. A couple concerns that I had moving forward, there was some controversy over there about assistant coaches and non-paid volunteers, and they came up with, they wanted to limit the number of volunteers, but they really didn't talk to us about that. We had a certified person on staff here that was interested in being the volunteer. It's also our junior high coach. She wasn't selected for the position. They hired their junior high coach as a paid assistant, and then one of their parents as a volunteer. And I expressed my displeasure with that. I feel like Sangamon Valley has always tried to accommodate Tri-City. When it comes to coaches, we've hired their teachers for volleyball, we've hired their teachers for assistant football, and I felt like that was something that we wanted to continue to move forward, that we felt like we needed a little bit more cooperation from them, and they agreed, and I felt by the end of our meeting it was pretty positive. So I just wanted to give an update on that as well.
And in the meantime, I believe one of our board members is in the process of becoming a non-paid assistant down there for baseball, so.
Can I ask a question?
during the co-op agreements discussion it came to light that we were shorted, I believe, some games in basketball.
Yes, in girls' basketball. I think it would end up 2 basketball, girls' basketball, 2 games. They had 2 more.
Was that brought up in the discussion as a question of why they cut 2 games short?
Well, I think the reason they did that initially was to try to save money.
And it was brought up in our prior, because we had met once before, the initial time we met, and that was brought up then, so it wasn't brought up this time.
Okay, and also was it brought up in the discussion about their increase of fees without any discussion with this board whatsoever beforehand
Yes,
in the co-op agreements?
yes.
And what was their take on that?
They admitted that there was a lack of communication, I would think, and they.
On their part?
On their part.
Yes.
Mhm. And, we expressed concern that, and I've also said that I believe there should be a change in some of our contract language that potentially going forward with any new agreements that we have in there during this time, nothing will be adjusted as far as fees without prior approval from both schools, or we wait until the contract's over. So they didn't seem to have a problem with changing any verbiage coming up.
But at this point in time, until the end of our agreements that were just approved in the last meeting, or during that meeting, they could increase their fees without talking to us anyway. There's nothing in the contract stopping them from doing that,
Not in the current contracts that we have signed now.
that we just signed.
Yeah.
I don't foresee that being an issue.
I
don't know how they could raise them
yeah.
anymore.
Because it was a giant raise this time, so
How much did they raise their fees?
I believe it went from 50 to 100. So doubled. And that's from memory, so don't quote me, it's very close.
Is there a family maximum or a maximum per student?
Yes.
I think it's 260 per family.
Yeah. 60 per family.
But now,
But then there's also, I mean, if you look at, I believe, if you qualify for free and reduced lunch, the fee is waived as well. Those, you don't pay that, so, but yes, they did cap it. Sorry, go ahead.
but that does not cap the fees that are approved over here in Sangamon Valley, though, correct? Like they can cap the fees at 260 for the Tri-City co-ops and whatnot. But then if you come over here for our sports, then we add our fees on top of that too, correct?
Yes. But ours is a one and done. They could,
Which I think we need to look at.
yeah.
Are you in favor of raising the fees in the future? Is that what you're
I
wanting to
don't
look
think we
at?
haven't raised our fees in a million years, and I think a lot of the schools around us do a fee per sport,
sport.
and we do one fee per athlete. So I think that it should be brought up sometime in the near future to take a look at that, and compare us to surrounding communities. Okay. Is that the last?
That's all I have for,
Yeah, and I don't have a back page, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
need
need
to
it.
borrow someone's back page.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, so following, that's the end of the superintendent's report.
yes.
So following into new business. You just go into the motion, or do you want to explain it first? She just discussed it.
Yeah, we just discussed about the approval for the FFA to attend national convention in Indianapolis in October.
Okay, so motion to approve the FFA trip to FFA National Convention in Indianapolis, moved by Mike Staub. Is there a second?
Second.
By Jeff Stahl. Call roll, please.
Williams,
Yes.
Setola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes, Oakley,
Yes.
Stop,
Yes.
Stahl.
Yes.
Okay. And you
The
want to
next,
explain?
yeah, the next item, I would like to move the May board meeting to Wednesday, May 11th at 6 p.m. The purpose for doing that is I will present an amended budget to show the board, give you guys a better idea of where we're going to end the year budget-wise. It's common practice that we do that. However, the amended budget has to be on display for 30 days after the May meeting, and that will still put us in line to have a normal board meeting in June, the third Wednesday. So moved.
Okay, so motion made by Miller Williams, is there a second?
Second.
By Mike Oakley, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 7-0. And next.
And the final item under new business, we have an opportunity to upgrade our infrastructure for our computers, systems in all of our buildings. And we have a process to do that through E-rate. And E-rate is a very confusing, it's a federal payment that sometimes they will pay for our phone services, sometimes they will pay for our internet service. Right now, they've got a program that is kind of going along with PARC, and that they're helping schools upgrade their infrastructure for their computer systems, which will allow the online testing for PARC. And I know that's something that we have talked about as a board. Right now, we're doing PARC paper to pencil. Many districts around us are doing computer-based, and this kind of moves us in the direction of eventually being able to do the PARC test on the computer. The total project is somewhere around $158,000, and the federal government, the FFA actually will pay over $100,000 of that to leave the total for us to pay at $44,534.73. You can choose to do nothing right now, and that money will set. It's not a grant. It's not something that we have to do right now. But if you agree to do that, I can take money out of Macon County sales tax, since it is an upgrade to the infrastructure, which will cost the taxpayers nothing, and in turn will have about $158,000 worth of improvements to our computer
So
systems.
if we do this, we approve this tonight, and we get this put in place for next school year.
More than likely, it will happen over the summer. It might be something that will happen late summer, early into the school year. I talked with Neil from QNS, and what happens is, and that's why it's kind of a rush for us, the quicker we can agree upon this and do this, then we pay this money in, and then we kind of get moved on to the list of receiving that money from the federal government.
That's a great idea, so.
I have a question. Do we have to use QNS to do the work? Are they a local company?
Well, we're contracted through QNS, and they are out of Sullivan, I believe.
What is their contract now?
I'd have to check and see. I'm not sure off the top of my head.
We've talked about this, were you guys still very happy with QNS? I mean, that's, over the years, we said, okay, this, I know, over the years, we relied on the technology company, and the service would drop off. That's how we ended up with QNS. They're pretty stable, but,
There's been a couple times this year where the server's been down before school starts, and our guy has it up and running before lunch, or sometimes even earlier. We're usually generally pretty happy with how fast it gets going.
And I think it would be, if we can find out when we are out of contract, I don't think it ever hurts to get a secondary bid. But I know that we are still under contract for it, so if we can find that out for a future meeting. I would
And
appreciate that.
honestly, I don't know what other games there are out there.
I think Alltech, being able to do this type of work. It'd be great, Ryan.
Most districts just employ somebody as a full-time employee to do this, and you're paying $70,000 a year for someone doing that, so, yeah, it's pretty good service.
But then you still got to contract out the labor to run the wires and everything else, and I've seen them using kids and using everything else to try to get it done, and it makes everything run a lot slower, even just having, they're Johnny on the spot, they've got every kind of,
I know in the past we've had some people that have
Williams,
Yes.
Centola.
Yes.
Okay, and then I need a motion to enter closed session for the reasons stated on the agenda.
I'll move the
Motion made by Mike Staub, is there a second?
I'll second.
By Mike Oakley, call roll please.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Seaver, yes. Oakley,
Yes.
Staub,
Yeah.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Centola.
Yes.
I need a motion to accept the closed session minutes as read in closed session.
So moved.
By Brad, is that what you said? Okay. By Brad Santola, is there a second?
Second.
By Mike Staub, call roll please.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Weaver, yes. Oakley,
Yes.
Staub, Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Centola.
Yes.
Okay. I need a motion to terminate the employment of Tony Chavarro as Sangamon Valley High School night custodian effective February 26, 2016.
So moved.
Motion made by Leonard, is there a second? Stahl, call roll please.
Weaver, yes. Oakley,
Yes.
Staub,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Centola,
Yes.
Guerrero.
Yes. Motion to employ Joshua Patrick as Sangamon Valley High School English Language Arts teacher for the 2016-2017 school year. Motion made by Mike Staub, is there a second? Mike Oakley, call roll please.
Oakley,
Yes.
Staub,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Centola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes.
Okay. Motion to approve Dave Fleming as Sangamon Valley Middle School volunteer boys track coach.
So moved.
By Brad
I'll second.
Santola, by Staub, second, call roll please.
Staub,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Centola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes. Oakley,
Yes.
Motion to approve Grace Dean as Sangamon Valley Middle School volunteer girls track coach.
I'll move that.
Staub, second Oakley, call roll please.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Centola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes. Oakley,
Yes.
Staub.
Yes.
Okay, and then I don't have it on here, but I need a motion to
Well,
adjourn.
I have two items I'd like to bring up during this discussion.
Okay.
One is, I don't know about the rest of you, but I did not receive my packet, and we had to have it dropped off by a secretary at my house today. And, we need to come up to a better way of getting information to us. And I don't know if we all have emails now, if we can at least get the consent agenda sent to us, since it doesn't have any closed session issues. That way, if we want to pull items, we can at least get to the superintendent to let him know, say, we want to pull an item.
Meeting the whole agenda, not consent agenda. We want the consent agenda too.
Well, I mean, what do you
So
want?
I at least want to see this.
Yeah, I want the agenda too.
What we're
Yeah.
gonna talk about.
Well,
Consent agenda's always, consent agenda just says all the bills and stuff.
that's what I'm talking about.
I have a question. Has it been, I mean, how many times has this happened?
This first time it's ever happened, maybe.
Okay. Prior to that, has it not arrived in a timely manner?
I usually got it on Saturdays, I read it on Saturdays, and then
I have no idea what happened. We,
I did the exact same thing. Every Friday before board meeting, I put back together, I did it in the mail before 4 o'clock when they pick up. I put it in the outside blue box. I put it in there. Saturday morning when the mail carrier came, that box was empty, so it was retrieved from there at some point on Friday night, and I don't know where it went. So I apologize, and I apologize the backside of your agenda was not there. I was just copying it this morning and forgot it was the backside, so. I
I
don't
think
know how to do
Jeff and
that.
I are the only ones in the past that usually get Tuesday night, and that's just because I don't know where 9-minute mail goes, so it obviously affected the rest of you this time, but,
yeah. We could do the whole thing electronic.
We could absolutely scan it in and send it to you guys in PDFs, but then you guys would be responsible for printing everything off, and that's a cost that you guys would
I
have.
for one still want mine in the mail, because I do it electronic.
Can we do both?
We can, I mean, there are a lot of times that on Friday, we are pushing it to get it in the mailbox by 4 o'clock, so we can do that. I can't guarantee you'll have it in the mailbox by 4 o'clock and in your email by 4 o'clock, because at some point I am home. I mean, and Fridays are just, we have to make sure all the bills come in before that can go out, that it has to be finalized. There's things that have to wait till Friday to do. So, I mean, I can absolutely email it to you on Monday morning if that would be better.
I would be okay in agreement with an email on Monday morning to get the hard copies out, on Friday. That way, if, if you haven't seen it, Saturday or Monday, we at least have an electronic copy that we can.
Does everybody want an email?
No, I don't want, I just want the mail. If I don't get it, I'll call you to do this. This is the first time I've done it. Somewhere. So I get sent it to you. Doesn't make it over the hill.
I'm not making.
I'm just concerned with, I mean, what's the time value for you there to be able to, I know you have to copy it all, but to scan it all in, and sometimes the consent agenda is thicker than others. Is it originated on the computer? Can you just PDF those?
No, it's not. What I do is I would take the Word packet and take the staples out and I would scan it in each document and then attach the 15 documents or whatever it is to an email and send them to you. So you would have an attachment that says agenda, an attachment that says recommendations. I mean, you're not talking 6 hours, but you're definitely talking an hour's worth of work probably, depending on how busy the day is. I don't mind doing it. It's something you tell me to do, I'll absolutely do it. I just don't like that loss of time that has been in the last 5 years.
How do you want to proceed? You want mail? You want paper?
I said Jim.
So we want 2 that want email. I'm torn. If you're gonna do email for him, then I can probably, because sometimes I don't
Or
get
doesn't
mine.
matter.
Yeah, one more.
No, I would just
Yeah,
say
because
that.
once the PDF file's made,
What?
I said, once the PDF file's made, it's.
Right, I will
basically
probably
done.
just send an email to all of you, the exact same email, and put to Textol, San Miguel, and attach it on the code.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Secondly,
I heard you make this comment twice about the,
me
Yeah.
personally,
you personally, about the, we talked about rearranging the schools, I think it was 2 years ago,
yes.
and I heard you make the comment twice about thinking we may need to revisit that issue.
I believe that.
I would, and how you're in favor of the attendance center.
I agree.
If you're really in favor of it, I would like for it to be put on the agenda and discussion.
We're gonna do surveys again, so the last time we did surveys, the public wasn't in favor of it.
Yeah.
So
I
I think,
just want to make sure that the public knows that, it's been brought up twice.
Yes.
Well, the public can know, they can come in here and talk, and not enough of them come, it's a done deal. I mean, we just,
Well,
I don't think
nothing's
it
a done deal.
matters.
well, it's a mute issue. I mean, they can come in here and talk, we're not gonna do a survey. We know that didn't work out for us.
My thinking on the subject is we have obviously kids who are not at this time together until 5th grade. So
It's,
I think we benefit from having them together from kindergarten on. We benefit from having all of our teachers in the same buildings and teaching the same exact things at the same exact time. So pre-K through 2 in one building, 3 through 5 in another. I think you cut costs. I think my process was we have a couple of teachers who have already put in their intent to retire in 17-18 school year maybe. I could be making that up, but it's somewhere in that frame. So my thought process is there, yes, it will probably eliminate a few positions, but if we do it in conjunction with that, we're not eliminating jobs. We're saving money for the district across the board. We're also providing a little bit more of a seamless education for our students beginning at the kindergarten level on through, instead of waiting till 5th grade to be able to make that move. So yes, I am in favor of that. I don't know,
Were we not going to use that as one of the discussion pieces for,
it's something we definitely can talk about on April 9th, but I don't know that, sorry. I don't know that it would be, I mean, there's nothing we'll do with it on April 9th. I just think it's something that I definitely think is a benefit not only to our teachers, but to our students in the long run. So, be with it what it is. Yes, I have said it.
I know you said it, and I just wanted out to the public that, it is being discussed, it's out there.
Right.
And,
I don't think it's anything we've discussed as a board, which is obviously where we
no,
go first.
like I stated, you made the comment twice, you think we need to revisit the issue.
Mhm.
And I didn't know, I mean, is it coming at us from a financial side point? Because,
I think financially, yes, it's gonna make a difference financially. At least all of Ernie's paperwork that he gave us previously showed cost savings by doing this. I've also stated in the past that if we were going to do something like this, that we hire some type of transportation specialist that can take a look at, not just our bus garage guy, that can look at how to make this work the most effectively for the entire district. So there's going to be a cost outlay there. But I think, if we're going to do it, we need to be potentially talking about it in conjunction with those teacher retirements, instead of hiring more teachers at that time and potentially laying them off, then if down the road we do end up doing attendance centers.
Well, if state finances keep the way they're going, it might be our only option.
I mean, they're never going to, it seems, increase our funding at this point, but I do see it as a benefit. But I think it is a discussion for later time. I don't know when you guys want to do that. I think that would be a conversation for all of us to put on an upcoming agenda and say, where are we, and go from there.
Well, I think I'd at least like to see, now that it's out in the open, talked about during our community workshop, and over the next several months, talk about it and, the other options available to the district. And that's all I have for this.
Okay?
I have a suggestion for parent involvement. Teacheries, you guys have everybody's email addresses. You can email the surveys out. You can even use the text system. We're having a school meeting night to discuss school districts, redistricting or whatever. That way, because sometimes kids just don't do a good job getting information that's, hey, take this home. People should be reading and following along, absolutely. But people get busy too, and that's something that would get it right to them.
All right.
Just one quick thing. Having looked through the first set of surveys, please make sure this is something that we're seriously interested in maybe making a change, because that survey in our office is a huge undertaking. That was something that was physically done by us, and us needing the intermediate so that we be involved. And there's not a lot of manpower in our office for what we do now. So if you're going to add that work to it, that's great, but please be very serious about wanting to make a change and not just, hey, let's take a look at this again, because the manpower behind that is significant.
Yeah, I think we would need to go into discussion, and we would need to basically pull the board on whether to continue with the surveys and then what. And I think at that time, it needs to be stated, there will be a decision made, and we will proceed accordingly. And again, not to say that we're going to follow the law of those, it's a suggestion survey. We're going to look at what the community wants to do. I think the official decision needs to be based on best for the district, best for the students, best for the teachers. So that, I guess, can be discussed a later time. I don't know if you want to put it on an upcoming agenda. Do you want to get through
Do an
the,
April 9th thing, see what, get a grasp there. If you got half the people say yeah, half the people say no, then you go with it. You go continue. Most of them say no, we're not interested.
Well, if it's half and half, why don't you just stay status quo?
I don't-
Well, you don't understand it.
I don't know that you can go,
We gotta deal with this. I mean, it's just kind of, it shouldn't be dealt with it. I mean,
If it's dealt with, then why is it being brought back up?
I'm not bringing it back up. I'm just saying we've already dealt with it.
So,
I bring it back up,
Yeah,
because I think it's a good idea.
And we look down the road and see where our
And,
lies, see how our finances are. The finances need to be, there's gonna be an issue there. We look at it. Right now,
have we touched the $1 million that has put in working cash bonds? No. There's
Fine right now.
$1.58 million still in reserves in working cash bonds.
so,
let's just.
I don't know that this is a
Let's
topic.
just move on. I mean, we're gonna sit here all night. I think we're all gonna argue about what we need.
So I need a motion to adjourn. So moved by Leonard and seconded by Oakley. Call roll, please.
Santola,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Leeper, yes. Oakley,
Yes.
Dobbs,
Yes.
Stahl,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.